In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this 3D paper Spongebob with little arms and legs. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to make this Spongebob. So the first thing we're going to do is cut out our Spongebob. So we're going to go all the way around our lines here and then around these hands. You don't have to get all in between the fingers. There's kind of a dash line that you can kind of see. That is where we're going to cut. Make sure you're just cutting all the way around. You're never going to cut like in between them. So just cut all the way around the shapes. So I'm going to start maybe with my feet and hands, and then I'll cut out the body. So when I cut, I like to hold my scissors straight and then twist the paper, and that just takes a lot of practice to get used to. So make sure you're just going all the way around it. Don't cut inside the shape, but just go around it on these lines. Okay, so now that we have it all cut out, you can start folding. So I'm going to start with the hands and the feet because they're all kind of the same steps. So where you see this dashed line, which is down the middle, you're going to fold it in half, or fold on the line. So that way we have its little leg on both sides. And then I'm going to just glue them together just so it creates like a nice little leg. I didn't add a lot of glue just because too much glue would be kind of hard. And I am using a hot glue gun because that is going to be way easier because it dries nice and quick. So now our dashed line on this side, we're going to do the same and then glue them together. So I'm going to do the same thing for the hands or the arms because you're just folding them in half and gluing them together. Okay, now that we have our hands and feet, we're ready to start making the body. So wherever you see a dashed line is where we're going to fold, and we're also going to be folding kind of basically on these darker lines. So I'm going to start by these like pants. So you got a dashed line here. So I'm pinching the paper together, trying to make this dashed line in the middle, and then giving it a nice squeeze to make the crease. And we're going to do another right here. Okay, and then where this would be like the back of his head meets the top of his head, we're just going to kind of guess where that is. There's no dash line, and try and get it on this like darker gray, darker, I don't know, greenish, yellowish line. And then another one right here. Okay, and then we have our sides of our head and the glue tabs. And we'll do the same for the other side. Okay, now we will do the bottom. And I'm going to fold right here. I don't think I need to, but just in case, I'm going to just add a fold. Okay, and then the sides of his pants and those glue tabs. Okay, and the same for the other. Then we're ready to start gluing with our hot glue gun afterwards. Okay, so once I get done folding, I usually like to kind of act like I am putting it together and see how the shape all works together. So I can kind of see. Okay, so where this white at the bottom, that is going to get filled with these brown pants. These are going to go in here. So I think it kind of makes sense to me how this all goes. So I'm going to start gluing. So I'm going to start with this side of his face, and I know that these two go together right here. So I'm going to add glue to my glue tab, and then I'm going to line it up so these edges meet. So I'm going to completely hide my glue tab behind the paper. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, using just a tiny bit of glue so we don't burn ourselves. Okay, and then we got our back of our SpongeBob head. And the other side. Ooh, that's way too much glue. Alright, definitely going to keep my fingers away from this since I added way too much glue. And it might need a little bit more time to dry in that spot. Okay, so now I gotta figure out how this goes and what would be the easiest way. Okay, so I think the easiest way is to start gluing the sides of the pants. So I'm going to add a drop of glue here, where it would be the side of his pants. And then this piece will line up right here. I feel like they kind of made this really difficult, but okay, then I'm going to do the same on the other side. So where I have the side of his pants. And then this right here will go to his body. And I just burnt my fingers. Ouch. This glue tab came up. Hope it's not dry yet. Okay, now I just have the glue down the back of the pants, and then this will cover up the white on the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to add some glue to these tabs. I'm going to just do both of them on the back and then stick them down. And then we'll just glue this brown flap on this white. And I have a little bit showing, but I'll be okay. Okay. So now I got kind of our SpongeBob shape, and we're ready to add the arms and the legs. So the arms are gonna go onto the sides, and you can kind of see that there's this darker spot here. We are gonna fold back this yellow line. So yellow to where it meets the white, there's a dark line. You're gonna fold that back a little bit, and that's gonna become our glue, like our glue tab. Okay, so now that we have a little bit of like surface to add the glue, then we'll just stick it right where that darker spot is. So we'll go like this. I'm gonna add a little bit of glue, and then stick it to the side. Okay, so then we're going to do the same on this other side, right where the yellow to the white is. I'm going to fold that over. All right, I didn't even think about the hands. I mean, it makes sense to have like the shorter thumb, I'm guessing, into the body. I think that looks more normal than if it was like the opposite way. So I would just look to make sure before you glue them which way you want your hands. Okay, then I'm going to add a little bit of glue and stick it to the side. And then we're going to do kind of a similar thing with the feet. So with the feet, there's actually this white part. We're going to fold it backwards where the white and the brown meet, which might be difficult with if you have hot glue there. So I'll do the same on this side. Then on the bottom, there's little like white words. That is where you're going to glue to. So then make sure you got your feet. This looks right, makes sense. If they were opposite, it just kind of looks silly. So look at your feet before you start gluing. So I'm going to add glue to where this white is and then stick them right there. Oops, that was way too much glue. And we'll do the same on the other foot. And we are all done. Okay, so a cool thing about this is we got front and backs. Looks nice in 3D. And our feet. So here is the SpongeBob.